What's up, guys? So in my last video, or one of my last videos, I told you guys that I would show you how I breed my rodents now. I used to breed them one specific way. I'll put an iCard up here or here, somewheres up top, and you can see how I was doing it with at least my ASS. However, let's just jump into it. Let's show you what I got now. So right now I have 1 and 2 racks. Each rack, these are my breeding racks, sorry. Each rack has 25 bins. And in the 25 bins, I like to do a 1-3, obviously as you can see, my handwriting is trash. Try not to laugh, that's messed up. But 1-3 ratio, it's actually cleaning day, so I'll get in here and clean these guys out. But I have these 3 females, and I actually have this 1 male. I just rotated out my male. I don't like to breed for the albinos, just not my thing. Too common, personally. But we obviously have PVC running to each bin from that water bucket up there. So it's just gravity. As they drink the water from, if I can show you, that little nipple right there, flows out like that. Sometimes you'll have a leak problem and your bedding will be super wet, and if you don't get it in time, it can actually overflow and drown out your rat, so you have to be careful. But got some pregnant ones, obviously. All my rats are pet quality, so I can handle them, I can touch them, I don't have to worry about being bit. Now this rack over here, we actually just started filling up yesterday, so you'll notice this handwriting is even more trash. Sorry, Joe, but your handwriting's, it's just trash. But as you guys can see, these are little babies. So this is a solid white, but he's actually got black eyes. He's a Dumbo Rex, so he's pretty cool. I got some Dumbos in here as well, just so I can try to produce some Dumbos. Got some darker colored ones, and then obviously we have some Rexes. I got a double Rex here, Rex there. The light one, she's the only Dumbo in this bin, but the other blacks are either double Rex or just regular Rex. Now, as I was talking in my last video with my pewter and my blue-eyed Lucy, I have to give them mice. They're hooked on mice right now, so I wanted to make sure I had at least 1 bin breeding. So I got 1-3 in here as well. And then we also have ASFs. So these are babies. We got some in here from hoppers to smalls. They like to be crowded. So in a bin this size, I'm actually going to do at least 2 males to 10 females. Call that a day. However, we didn't have an abundance of them when we got them, so there's low counts in each of those bins. So that bottom or first row is not rats. Everything else is rats, except for those top 4. Don't have nothing in them yet. But that is how we do that. Then I'll come over here and show you my holding bin, or bins. So as I was saying, same setup. You know, we got the bucket, PVC, got the nipples going in each bin, whatnot. Like I said, I did rotate some of my males. Most of them happen to be albino, but these are jumbos. Close that up, and we got some more albinos in here that we're growing out, but not even going to rotate the albinos. The albinos are going to be sold off. But that is basically that. 41 quart totes here. Honestly, I can't even tell you the size of those quarts or the quarts of those bins. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Regardless, this holding rack will definitely suffice for 2 bins, especially when you're not really pulling out the ASFs right yet because you want them to produce. yeah, so that's basically that. Here's one of the nipples are leaking, so we got some wet bedding. So I will actually have to change that nipple out, which really is not too hard as long as you know what you're doing. But yeah, that's that, guys. Now that's just how I do it. Right now I'm in a garage, obviously, as you guys can tell, get the garage overhead. Regardless, they're still breeding. I'm still producing babies, so that's not an issue. And yes, it is fairly warm in here. We are in Florida, and it is towards the end of summer, but we have babies. We have pinkies, and we have fuzzies. So obviously, the breeding is not an issue. They are still breeding. They are still producing. I'm working on getting my numbers up. Some of the bins, if you notice, do not have the 3-to-1 ratio just yet. So I have to produce the females to replenish the females. But that's going to be that, guys. I do apologize for talking your ear off. I wanted to show you how I breed my rats. That way, maybe if you wanted to breed your own rodents in the future, you have a little bit of knowledge to it. Didn't go over, how to exactly do it, just how I have them set up, and that's really all it is to it. We feed them F.R.M. Is it F.R.M? FMR? I think it's F.R.M. Rodent food. Go down to the feed store, it's 16 bucks a bag, 50-pound bag. A bag a week per rack. You're set. The bucket of water, you might have to fill it up every few days. Unless you have a leak, obviously, and you're going to want to pay attention to your rodents at least daily, 1 time a day minimum. That way you can tell if there's a leak or not. Again, 1 male, 3 females. That's my lucky number. Some people do it 1 male, 4 females, and it can work. But in these bins and in these rack systems, I feel like 1 to 4 is just too crowded, especially when we'll say an average of 5 pinks per female per month, about 45 days. But if you think about it, you're liable to get, on the low side, 20 plus pinks in a month time or in a cycle. That might just be overcrowded. They might start eating the young, and then you won't even have any pinkies left by the time they get to pup size, say. So I like to do it where it's just 1-3. Don't have to worry about being overcrowded too much. And that's really all there is to it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's simple. It's not smelly as long as you actually keep up with it. I typically change once a week. You could go as much as once every 2 weeks, so twice a month. Super simple. You just take them out the bin. You can hold 1 bin back, whatever, and then just rotate as you go. Just move 1 over each slot. And then obviously you just want to mark what you have in which bin when you're done with it. That's going to be it, guys. Again, I apologize talking your ear off. But video right there, that's going to be my last upload. Make sure you check it out. Video right there, YouTube thinks is best for you. Make sure you hit that little button right there and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All right, guys, take care.